Remember, you can help the Bronzexual Nation today. Why? Because we need to stop idiocy like this. The first way you can help is by donating to the Cash App of Host Cole Johnson, or Tallman Dr. K50, or D Willie 87, or Real Wise TV. Help our crew educate these bronzexuals so that we can stop this idiocy today. And now, we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, already in progress. On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Kevin Durant, you should have left California.
This bronzexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
It's Wednesday, late starting Wednesday, but you know what's going to happen in hour two, and y'all will get the full 120 minutes. Good morning. Welcome to the Bronzexual Wacky Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. We are presented by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins, and by Invader Coffee. Sign up at InvaderCoffee.com. Go to InvaderCoffee.com today. Use the code Snowman and get 15% off of your purchase. We're running late, so here is the most abbreviated version of the whip around that I can give you. Presented by Fanatics. And we start with the Colorado Buffaloes, where Deion Sanders tells critics on the play calling for the sliding Colorado football team, let that go, man. No, take some responsibility, please. Rams will sign up quarterback Carson Wentz to back up Matthew Stafford. Carson Wentz. That's all you need to know. Shohei Ohtani's free agency takes center stage at the Major League Baseball meetings. Duh. George Pickens of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember him? Me neither. Wants to be significant. Make some plays on the field, then you will be. Jim Harbaugh is talking about how Ric Flair became a very good friend after his visit to Michigan. Well, Jim Harbaugh, you're going to need some friends in high places and low places, considering what's going to come to you and the University of Michigan football team. Rodgers. A few fortnights? Go away, Aaron. That's a whip around. Aaron Rodgers coming back in a few fortnights. We'll be back right after this.
Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything. Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Will Levis. Yes, that Will Levis. Welcome back to Snowman in the Morning, presented by BetUS.com and Invader Coffee. Mike Vrabel, the coach of the Tennessee Titans, says Will Levis will be their quarterback going forward. Vrabel said, quote, "Going forward, Will is going to be our quarterback. We're going to go with Will. We think that's the best opportunity for our football team right now and see where he's at." He started the past 2 games for the Titans while Ryan Tannehill recovered from a high ankle sprain he suffered against the Baltimore Ravens in Week 6. Titans went 1-1 in those games. Tennessee scored 28 points in Levis's debut, the most the Titans had scored since the final game of the 2021 season. He became the 3rd quarterback in NFL history to have 4 touchdown passes in his first start, joining Fran Tarkenton and Marcus Mariota. Okay. That's all I got to say. That is all I got to say. See where he's at. See what happens. See what happens. I don't think he's going to be the long-term answer. But then again, I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. I don't know. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Maybe he is the answer. We don't know. Maybe, just maybe, he's the home run hitter that they need. because they certainly haven't had it with Ryan Tannehill. I'll tell you that much. Except for one trip to the conference championship game, which was 2019. In the immortal words of Janet Jackson, what have you done for them lately? What have the Titans done lately? Not a doggone thing. Not a thing. Well, they better find an answer quick. They need to find an answer. Now, is Will Levis that answer? Who knows? I go back to a point that I said some time ago. Since they started 7-3, 7-3, what have the Titans done? Slide right down past bottom, which is where they reside in the AFC South right now, which is where they're going to continue to reside in the AFC South until they go back to Houston and become the Oilers again. Yeah, strong hint dropped by old Snowman here. But am I wrong? Am I even close to being wrong on this one? I don't know. I guess in the immortal words of Chris Berman, that is why they play the games. I guess that's why they play the games. Speaking of playing the games, Vicola made an appearance yesterday and says, Snowman, we need to talk. Here's what happened. I have someone who made a request of me, and y'all know him well. He is the one and only Good morning, Victor. How are you?
What's going on, Snowman?
You made a request of me as I was driving to Gamebridge Fieldhouse.
Yes, indeed, I did.
The mess that happened therein with all of that, a lot of it had to deal with traffic. Victor said, hold up, let me do this the right way or my EP will get mad at me. Victor said to me, quote, I may need a spot on the show because I need to put someone in the hot seat. Close quote. And when Victor told me who it was, I decided to honor said request. And I will
appreciate
say the name, and I will let Victor take it from there and take us to our next break.
Okay.
Mr. Dakota Prescott, have a seat. All yours, Victor. Let her rip.
All right. So let me start off by saying this. The first person who sat there and defended you the most for most of your career has been me. When I saw you come out of college, I thought, man, this kid's something special. Particularly the fact that with you and Ezekiel Elliott being an amazing 1-2 punch. You have a cannon for an arm, you have mobile legs, you have good eyes. All of that sounds well and good, except for this one problem. When it's come to the clutch, you have fallen shorter than mini-me off of a step ladder. You shrink worse than the smallest hell in a cell. And all I have to do to show the latest indictment against you.
He said mini-me off of a step ladder. I'm sorry. Go on, sir. It's all yours.
The latest of your failings is what happened this past Sunday. Now, stat-wise, had a really good game. 29-44, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Wonderful from a stat perspective. But your offense was at the 5-yard line with the game on the line. If you are going to be the one that everyone says you are, the one that's going to move us and lead us to a Super Bowl, This was your moment to shine. This was your moment to put all the naysayers to bed.
Yep.
And unfortunately, you got stopped on a turnover on downs. Not only that, you had a false start and a delay of game in the same drive.
Yep.
Explain to me how that works, Dak. You may not be aware of this, but everyone in Cowboys Nation, that includes majority of the Moronic Republic, has put their beliefs and their hopes of a Super Bowl squarely on your tiny shoulders. Gerald, when he doesn't have his hand up a young blonde skirt, or he hasn't down his 5th bottle of Jack Daniels, has sat there and told you and told the world that you're going to lead the Cowboys to the Super Bowl. And that'd be foolhardy to doubt him. What do the people say now from the 5-yard line?
Against the division rival.
Against a division rival. Oh, and let's not forget, I'm not going to dwell on things of the past, like when you, during the divisional round, decided that it would be a good idea to let your center spot the ball because you forgot that only the referee can do that. And I'm not going to fault you for the idiotic play of Pennywise to put Ezekiel Elliott at center. I'm not going to do that. But every time that a big game situation comes out, you fall shorter and shorter and shorter, and you shrink smaller and smaller and smaller.
That mini-me reference was awesome. I'm just saying that mini-me reference off of the stepladder.
I think the biggest indictment against you right now is what happened against that team in California.
Hey!
I had to.
I know. Shout out to the playmaker for that.
I mean, in that game, you threw not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions. You played like you were defeated already. And yet everyone still believes that you're going to lead us to the Super Bowl. How? When you can't go against the one thing every quarterback has gone through and has overcome, adversity.
It makes it so bad with Dak Prescott. I mean, let's just say he was once upon a time a Heisman Trophy candidate at Mississippi State.
Yes.
Victor and I talked about this. He said, how the hell is he a Heisman Trophy candidate? With what? How? Those were Victor's exact words.
And I sat here and became one of the bigger apologists for you. In fact, I sat there and celebrated when you got paid. But what happened after you got paid? Your play.
Nothing. Not a dadgum thing.
You have yet to win a playoff game. And I'm not going to count a wild card game against the aging Tom Brady and a bad Buccaneers team. Dak, it is time for you to step up. And I would suggest you do one of 2 things. 1, shameless plug. Subscribe to Rearwise TV and Comey Media. Check every Monday when Mentality airs. Because maybe that will jar something. And if not that, take a walk through Jerry World and look at the screen, look at the pictures of guys like Troy Aikman, of Emmitt Smith, of Michael Irvin, of Deion Sanders, champions. You might have forgot what that looks like, Dallas. You might have forgotten what that looks like, Monarch Republic, but I remember champions.
Yes.
And maybe, Dak, if you look at what Troy Aikman had to go through, what Emmitt Smith had to go through, what Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders had to go through, maybe
since 1989,
you'll start to see what you need to be, what you should be, because whether you like it or not, all of this, all the hopes and dreams of the Royal Republic, all the hopes and dreams of rational Cowboy fans falls to you. It's time for you to put your pads on. It's time for you to get your game face on, because now we have half the season's done. We got one more half to go. We still have yet to play the Redskins, aka Commanders, where your moronic general has said we're going to deliver capital punishment to Washington.
Given the fact that the Redskins beat the Patriots and got a little confidence, I'm not so sure.
So we still got to beat them
Twice.
We have to face Philadelphia again
In Dallas.
We also still have to face the Giants again
In Dallas.
People have gotten to the point where they believe you guys to be more like scavengers than predators. By that I mean the teams that are already limping, ill, or dead, you feast on.
Yep.
But the able predators, nothing. And that falls to you, Dak. 5 yards. You couldn't get 5 yards. And I get it. The Philly defense is stalwart. They are a bulwark.
Yep.
They are stout. They are aggressive. But if you were the team that you say you are, if you're the quarterback that you say you are, you need to run the ball down their throat. If anything, use your legs, something that you basically brought you to the dance. I've seen you get 25 yards. You can't get 5. Dak, I am not saying this to jump all over you and attack you. I'm saying this to encourage you, because I do see a lot of potential in you, even now. But you are slowly starting to deteriorate anyone's good faith in you, especially after you got paid that ridiculous amount of money. Because since then you have not earned it. But maybe holding up that trophy, maybe getting that ring, maybe that is going to quell that doubt. But until then, you stand up with your roasted rear, go back to the film room, and actually realize what type of quarterback you need to be. Vamoose.
Bravo! I can't find anything to couple that with, because Victor said it all. And speaking of saying it all, Steph Curry is doing it all. This is where I get to roast a lot of Steph Curry haters. And believe me, there are plenty. And later on in the show, this idiocy. Dear God. When I say my partner and the EP of all EPs, Cole Johnson, sent me some gems, I mean every bit of that. In the meantime, remember this.
The following is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Thank you, Wise El Jefe, and thank you, Cole Johnson, and thank you to the thousands and thousands of fans that have listened to this show as we celebrate our 10th year. Can you believe that? We're celebrating our 10th year. Back after this.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids on the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
fellas who know football, let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby!
Get ready for the Four Horsemen of Pick'ems. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Bobby J and Wise El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure. Cause we take this job so serious.
I know this is going to come back to haunt me, but I take Carson Wentz over Zach Wilson.
Oh, no. And Dante walks off.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yes, it's Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson.
The incomparable Cool McCain and Coach Dante. You will see them tomorrow for hour 2. And someone we haven't seen this week, but is celebrating a very special day. Happy birthday to the playmaker, Darnell Sollins, the host of Ramley Talk, Bearing Down the Gridiron, and many, many more podcasts. You see him here each and every Monday and Tuesday, although you didn't see him this week. He's celebrating his birthday. I hope it's a great one for you, playmaker. Now, for all you Stephen Curry haters, take this. The early season MVP, and I do stress the word early, tells me this is Stephen Curry's award to lose. Let me read. The Warriors were losing their grip on an early season test against the defending Pacific Division champions Sacramento Kings, and Captain Steph had seen enough. The raucous crowd at Golden One Center had witnessed a furious 20-6 fourth quarter run to cut the Warriors' lead to 5 with 45 seconds remaining. As Andrew Wiggins cut to the basket, pulling 2 defenders toward him, Curry snuck out to the top of the three-point line as 2 Kings unsuccessfully closed out. You know the rest. Night. He finished with 41 points in that early season test against the Kings. Matter of fact, they have beaten the Kings twice. Once in the state capital and once in San Francisco. He is averaging almost 31 points on 55% shooting from the field, 46.5 from 3, and 94.4 from the free throw line. He is the only player in NBA history to average at least 30 points through his first 8 games of a season at age 35 or older, according to ESPN Stats and Information Research, which I'm going to do a little bit of here in a couple of moments because I think there's a fellow named Michael Jordan who did the same thing. I will need someone to help me with that. This is the third time Curry has averaged 30 points on 50, 45, 90 shooting splits through his first 8 games in the season, a feat no other NBA player has done. He's led the Warriors outright in scoring in all 8 games, the longest streak to begin the season by a player aged 35 or older. Klay Thompson said, quote, "He is one of the hardest workers to play the game. The sky is the limit. He might change the narrative of what it looks like to be elite up until you're 40. LeBron's is doing the same, and Steph is following suit. My opinion, Steph is setting the trend." Curry already has a handful of dazzling moments this season. His big game in Sacramento, the Kevin McAllister from Home Alone celebration after cooking Dylan Brooks in Houston, and his last-second game winner in Oklahoma City. But unlike last season, the Warriors aren't relying on Curry's theatrics to keep the offense running. Let me stop there. The Warriors aren't relying on Curry's theatrics, late game heroics. Take a listen, LeBron. And I don't have to fill up the swear jar today because it's Wednesday. It's the allowed day. To keep the Warriors humming. The Warriors are 6-2 right now, including a win Monday night in Detroit against the Detroit Pistons. Now I get to do this. Stephen Curry, so far, is your MVP. There's only one other choice. His name is Nikola Jokic. It'll be those two and then everybody else competing for the MVP by the time April gets here. Now, I know that it's a regular season award. And now, this is what I think sets Steph apart. Last year, when Steph would sit down, the Warriors would go down. When he's on the floor, they average 118. They have an average of 118 points per game on the floor, a figure that dropped to 99.9 when he was off the court. Last team to have that kind of deficiency was Philadelphia. The team's improved defense this year has ensured the Warriors can stay in games if Curry sits. In 130 minutes without Curry on the floor, the Warriors have outscored their opponents by 11.5 points per 100 possessions. They're giving up just 98.2 points per 100 possessions when Curry is on the bench. Big improvement. Big improvement. The Warriors got deeper. The Warriors got smarter. They need to get a little bigger because Nikola Jokic, hello. I ain't worried about Anthony Davis. I'm not worried about LeBron James. I'm not worried about the fakers. They won't make the playoffs. But when you have Denver, yeah. When you have Dallas off to a hot start, yeah. But I think Dallas is going to crumble and Kyrie Irving's going to be the reason. Yeah, I said it and I meant it. Lack of turnovers is another big reason why the Warriors are not only in games, but winning games. And Steph is the reason. He's not turning the ball over as much as he did last year. Then there was the game where he crossed over Dylan Brooks, went behind his back, broke his ankles, broke his ribs, broke his heart, and then buried a 30-footer. You surprised yourself, Curry said. Not the move I put together, but it was in that moment on top of the 3 threes that I already hit. I'm just having fun out there, and there's a good flow. You have that reaction because there's a good sense of joy and accomplishment. There's nothing choreographed as awkward and hilarious as it is. Close quote. Let me read that part again. I'm just having fun. And so are the Warriors. And so are the Nuggets. I predicted to be those two in a Western Conference Finals clash. Not first round, not semifinals, but finals. Everybody else in the Western Conference pales in comparison to the Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets are way up here because, hello, Nikola Jokic, and they're the defending world champions. Now, before I close this, Steph Curry should have 4 MVPs right now. He got screwed by Russell Westbrook in 2017 and got screwed by James Harden in 2018. And I have a message for James Harden that I will replay again in just a moment. Draymond Green said he can be the MVP. I'm saying he can be the MVP. I'm sure Nikola Jokic can say the same thing. We have yet to see the Denver Nuggets play the Golden State Warriors. But believe me, when those two hook up, if the night permits, I will cover that game. I can't wait to start covering NBA on my channel. I mean, really, really covering it. Side note, for those of you worried about the Snowman Multimediasports.com website, don't. It's under heavy construction. But for now, Steph Curry can absolutely pick up his 3rd MVP, which should be his 5th, but 2017, 2018 happened. Kevin Durant happened. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry canceled each other out. You already know the end of that story and the end of that argument. But Steph Curry can definitely be the MVP this year. It'll be he and Nikola Jokic and nobody else. Not Joel Embiid, not James Harden, definitely not LeBron James. In fact, I don't see anybody competing with those two. Nikola Jokic from the world champions, Stephen Curry from the, dare I say, potential champions. Matter of fact, the Western Conference Finals could produce the last two champions in the NBA to meet in the conference final. Those two teams keep playing like this, it'll be nothing but a foregone conclusion. It's just a matter of who will have home court advantage, Denver or Golden State. And believe me, those are 7 games I will love to call. That's Snowman's take. What is yours? Break. And I sort of kind of went off on James Harden yesterday. Y'all will hear that rant in full after this.
Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids from the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the 4 Horsemen of Pickens. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Oh, you know why I love doing this? I love interacting with the fans. Speaking of which, Sig Diggy was the first to greet us from Norway. Victor Locke not far behind. Ryan McCoffey in the house as well. Plays by CJ is with us. And he said, Luka Doncic. Who the hell is Luka Doncic? Who cares? He says, nah, hold up, bro. Don't sleep on the Mavericks or Lakers. Boring. Now, the Spurs, I will make an argument for them. I had a chance to see them live against the Indiana Pacers. The potential is there. And plus, I happen to know the fabulous voice of the Spurs in Bill Schoening. They had a rotten game on Monday. Rotten. But it was only the 7th game of 82. All right. Now, my response was, Nuggets Warriors for the Western Conference title. I'm staying with that. Kyrie will doom the Mavericks. The Lakers are old and dead. I make an argument for the Spurs because of Victor Wembanyama. I said in the summer that Wemby will have to prove me wrong. Wemby's beginning to prove me wrong. And after seeing him live Monday night, the potential is off the charts. The skills are off the charts. Get him a little stronger up front. And what Greg Popovich is doing to coach him, fabulous so far. And we're talking about a kid that's 19 years old. 19. That's a take I'll save for tomorrow. Now then, I had a message for James Harden yesterday, and it went like this. Now, since James Harden is late arriving, as he was to the Clippers and to Philadelphia and to Brooklyn and to Houston, and he loves being overweight, I will try this again. Sit down, James Harden. Now then. James Harden, you a bitch. You are smaller than mini-me on a pair of ladders, and you still ain't tall enough to compete in the NBA. As I said, to begin this, you a bitch. You bitched your way out of Houston. You bitched your way out of Brooklyn. You bitched your way out of Philadelphia. And I'm suspecting that after this year, when y'all don't win a championship, when y'all don't come together, when y'all don't make the playoffs, bold prediction, and you're going to bitch your way out of Los Angeles, and I hope no one else takes a chance on you ever again. As I said to start this, James Harden, you a bitch.
But wait, he's the missing piece. He's the cornerstone.
I don't give 2/5 of a half of a flying what people make him out to be. I know what I see with my 4 eyes. You a bitch, James Harden. Period. You are flat out, no basketball playing, no skills having, no basketball brain having. You a bitch. Period. And no playmaker, I'm not wasting this one. I'm getting this off my chest the same way Victor got thoughts of Lack Prescott off of his. And note the word Lack Prescott.
Agreed.
Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. James Harden, you a bitch. You see potential with Kawhi and PG and Russell Westbrook. And by the way, you played with Russell Westbrook 2 other times before and it didn't work. And because it didn't work, you bitched your way out of those situations. You actually thought, and Daryl Morey, you a bitch too, for giving him a chance to be a number 1 when he ain't a number 1. James Harden will never be nothing more than a 6-man
crying right now.
Why are you crying?
Oh my God. Keep cooking. Keep cooking. He ain't done. It's still raw.
I'm nowhere near done.
Oh my goodness.
Where did I leave off? Oh yeah. You tried hooking up with Russell Westbrook 2 other times, and when that didn't work, you bitched your way out of those situations too. Oklahoma City and Houston. And Russell Westbrook, you a bitch too. Where did I start? Oh yeah. James Harden, you a bitch. You are going to be. I told Jason Joseph, aka play-by-play with JJ, at the top of the season that James Harden is going to be the reason the Sixers missed the playoffs. I take that back. James Harden is going to be the reason the Los Angeles Clippers not only missed the playoffs, but they finished under 500. James Harden, oh soft.
Oh my God.
All he wants to do is dribble the basketball, walk 500 times across the floor, flop his way to the free throw line, and Daryl Morey had the stupid think, let me try that sentence again. Daryl Morey had the nerve to say James Harden is a better offensive player than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Are you out of your fucking mind? Are you out of your rat picking mind? You were the one that made James Harden the number one option anyway, Daryl Morey. So it's your fault that James Harden turned out like this when he's nothing more than a six man. You stupid. I said this about James Harden. I'll say it about Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey, you a because you took a completely capable team and ruined them. And the first move you did by ruin the Rockets was you let Kevin McHale go, a defensive-minded coach, turning the Rockets into a defensive-minded team, and it was defense that would have beat the Warriors in the playoffs. No, you let him go, and you bring in Mike D'Antoni. And then Mike D'Antoni his way out of Houston when it wasn't working with James Harden. Stupid.
Lord,
and then Daryl Morey made the stupidest decision. Well, the stupidest was letting go of Kevin McHale. The next stupidest decision was to bring in Russell Westbrook. You actually thought Russell Westbrook and James Harden were going to get together, man? And you saw on the floor like the bitches they are. Daryl Morey, you a bitch. James Harden, you a bigger bitch. As soft as Charmin juice.
Oh my God.
I ain't getting started on Russell Westbrook. I'll save that for later. And I hate to say this about a person who I considered a prime defender, but Kawhi Leonard, to let all this happen, you a bitch too. Paul George is the biggest bitch along for the ride when he ain't done a doggone thing since leaving the Indiana Pacers. And that includes his stint in Oklahoma City. He got wooed by the Lakers, decided to play second fiddle to Russell West. Give me this button. Russell West. I know what I've seen in 40 plus years of watching basketball. From James Harden ain't it.
I get it. You don't have to explain it to me. I watched the game.
I know you. I'm explaining it to these fools in the social media verse that actually think James Harden is a good player. James Harden is a bitch.
Remember, people still believe that James Harden is one of the best players. He's one of the toughest players to play.
Get the out of here with this grade A homogenized Holstein. And to answer Sick Dickie's question from Norway, would Daryl Morey rather get punked by Michael Jordan or pimp slapped by Juanita Vinay? I have your answer. How about option C? Both. Because James Harden has been a since he left Oklahoma City. And to think people actually thought James Harden and Joel Embiid was going to be the second coming of Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when Joel Embiid as a center is one of the biggest on the planet. Get out of here with that. And I hate to say it about someone who I thought was going to be a prime basketball player, but I've said this about Joel Embiid since he's come into the league out of Kansas. He has the physical tools. He doesn't have it up here, and he never will have it up here until he gets it in his mind that he can dominate the centers in the Eastern Conference because he's the last center in the Eastern Conference standing.
Sounds like Prescott-itis.
It's worse. It's LeBron-itis. That's one for the cuss jar.
Yep, that is one in the cuss jar.
That's $1 in the cuss jar. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. James Harden, you a bitch. Matter of fact, this is how Breathe.
No. Keep cooking.
Keep cooking?
Keep cooking.
Okay. James Harden, you 17 points in 31 minutes. You a bitch. You a royal bitch. Matter of fact, James Harden, with your statement about about the potential you'll see, do this for me.
Know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
I think after this,
I'll say it even better.
Shut up, bitch.
I think after this, his only other destination is a retirement home, because I can't see him being taken by another team after this. If this doesn't work out,
him being taken seriously.
Well, he's never been taken seriously.
Who the hell would take this? Well, shucks, Daryl Morey did it for 8 years, and thought he would be the solution to beating the Warriors until 4 times they faced him in the playoffs, and 4 times they got their ass kicked properly. And by the way, there are 2 outstanding teams in the Western Conference. That's the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors. The Dallas Mavericks, the Los Angeles Clippers, and the Los Angeles Lakers especially. Now, with all that off my chest, I'll be right back.
Experiencing technical difficulties, please stand by. The host needs to collect himself for a moment or two. Please stand by. The host simply can't believe how people can be such dolts and idiots. Please stand by. We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, already in progress.
Sick Diggy, that's a bad idea, because all Jasmine would have to do is walk up to him and he's flopping down like a bitch that he is.
That's true. The master of the flop, Charmin Harden.
You fool! Sorry.
That's Daryl Murray.
That's both of them. That's Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. The entirety of that rant plus a couple of bonuses will be available. Here, let me do this on the YouTube page later today. That's a promise. We have reached the top of the hour, and y'all know what's next. I'll be back in 3.5 minutes as we start another edition of Bronze Sexual Wednesday. And I might have some company. Back after this.
Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
If you talk, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
He was only 58 years old when he passed away. That outcome could have been different.
Colorado happens to be one of the worst states for radon levels.
It's in our ground, and it seeps up.
The more you breathe radon, the more chance you have of DNA being hit and the cell mutated. The EPA estimates 22,000 lung cancer deaths a year caused by radon.
We all make choices. When it comes to alcohol, kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, have a seat for a second. Remind me about that party again?
Alex is just
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. They want guidance and honest answers to their questions. And it makes a difference when the message is consistent and part of everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
This hour brought to you by Invader Coffee. Go to invadercoffee.com. Use the code Snowman and get 15% off of your purchase. This weekend, first of two that I'll have for you on Sunday, the Colts and the Patriots from Frankfurt, Germany. 9 o'clock will start our stream. 9:30 a.m. is the kickoff. And who knows? The missus may join me, although I suspect after this business trip that she's on right now, she'll be home today. She's gonna want to sleep. And I'm not gonna be the one to blame her either. Well, it's about that time. Because yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you forever and ever. You know what? I didn't do it right. I didn't do it right because I didn't have And now I will try this again with Victor on the verge of hysterical laughter. Yes, LeBron, it is you. It always been you. It always will be you.
Forever and ever. Amen.
Then there's this.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM. Now approve all this.
And since Ray and Cole can't be here, and I suspect that Cole is pretty much slammed with his regular job, let's go.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
Now, with that bleep-laced tirade that I did yesterday and the pending cuss jar total,
yep,
it's at $51 right now.
Man.
And it's about to grow.
Oh, no.
Because, as Ryan put it earlier, and as Cole has done so many times before, I came in here a little late from bringing Sonya home from work. I had my coffee. I got stuff done around the house. I got the signal that I had the slate and thumbnails therein.
Right.
Y'all know what's next. Minding my own business. Actually doing dishes.
Eating a cheese sandwich.
Forget a cheese sandwich. I was eating hot dogs. Granted, they had cheese on it, but minding my own business. Just read the slate. Just read the slate, man.
And then
Cole sent me a message. Everything's ready to go. Cool. And then, bam.
What nonsense is that on my screen?
I have a much better question. And here I go. Importing more money into the Cuss Fund in the Snow household. Who wrote this?
I have no idea.
Who wrote this? Who dreamed this?
Who did this?
Because you need to reverse that. And you have LeBron. I cussed. You have leaning on the world championship trophy, which is part of the throne, which he doesn't belong on in the first place. And you got the real king bowing to him. Who wrote this? More to the point, who imagined this? 2, 3, 4, 5, $55. Okay, and counting.
I bet you weren't counting it since it's the day. It's the appointed day.
I'm still counting it because actually, you know what I'm gonna do? My brain's turning upside down. Every time I cuss on the wrong day that ain't Wednesday, a donation will be made to the Cuss Jar, and by next summer, on the day of my 2-year anniversary of my surgery, I'll make a donation to the American Cancer Society.
Hey, that's a good one.
I want to do something for cancer victims, survivors, and all that. Y'all heard it here first. I'll explain more at the end of the show. But who dreams this?
I have no idea.
Bow down. First of all, LeBron has no business. Screw it. He has no business wearing the number 23. None.
I think this is the cover of the City Fifth's Bible. I truly believe that this is the cover of the City Fifth's Bible.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, what is contained within the Bible worries me.
Yeah.
Okay, and look at the picture. Look at the screen, son. Look at the screen. I'm sorry. I had to do it. He's not even looking at him. The fool is not even looking at greatness because he ain't greatness.
Right.
Leave me alone with that, will you? And there was a bronzexual that wanted to have a conversation with me and admit aloud that LeBron's the second greatest player of all time. Man, get this out of my face. I get this out of here. Who wrote this?
I have no idea.
This bronzexual got up on the wrong side of the bed and had the unmitigated nuts to write that.
While eating them hot cinnamon wings.
Hot is an understatement.
Them dry cinnamon wings.
Them dry. Who took one of these upside the head?
Come on!
and then decided to who wrote this? Who dreamed this? Who actually conceived this? Because, doggone it. All right, gotta reload it. But because this makes no sense.
No logical
whatsoever.
sense whatsoever.
Who is the illogical fool that wrote this?
Maybe it's the one who wanted to give $1 million to LeBron.
Victor, take the floor for a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm perplexed here. And mind you, we just came back from last week where LeBron has said that Michael is the greatest of all time. So I really don't understand how this comes to be. And is that Lays? Laes? You were too lazy to spell Lakers correctly? And we're supposed to take you seriously? Yes, Ryan. It is AI generated weapons grade stupidity. I can't believe someone would actually write this. And again, at what point are we looking that LeBron is this king? Because it wasn't 2011. You want to say it's 2016? Yeah, I kind of still think that was a screw job, courtesy of the NBA, but that's just me. 2020? Okay, more like a stimulus package, but okay. Now, 2012 and 2013, I'll give him that because 2012, he was able to pull back from the horrific, embarrassing loss to the Mavericks and beat the Thunder. And then going to 2013, where basically they thought they were going to win again, and the Spurs were going to win again, and they ended up coming back and taking over. LeBron was part of it, and to get that championship down. But that's what, 4 championships, 4, and we're ready to crown him now. I don't get it. I don't get this at all. And why? Why would Jordan be kneeling and bowing to LeBron when Jordan has done exponentially more in his career than LeBron has? I'm confused as to how this works. The more I stare at this, the more I'm confused.
You're confused. I'll repeat my question. Who wrote this?
I don't know.
It's an A. You know what? Why is Jordan's uniform in Cleveland Cavalier colors? That is a wonderful question, Ryan.
Did you see LeBron's jersey?
It's misspelled.
Yes.
It's misspelled. It's an AI generated weapons grade stupidity. Thank you, Ryan McCoffey. I can close up. I can close up this segment right there. Because whoever dreamed that is absolutely stupid.
Stupid does not even start it. Stupid does not even cover half of this.
I just caught that. I had to take a phone call from my boss. I just caught that. Because yes, LeBron, it is you. It has always been you. It always will be you.
Forever and ever. Amen. I think that this may have been from the I Promise school.
Get out of my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
Another game after this.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids from the Block, New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby!
Get ready for the Four Horsemen of Pickens. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying. But this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Bobby J and Wise El Jefe, Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, my darling. Snowman in the morning on this Wednesday. This hour presented by Invader Coffee. I got Vicala riding shotgun with me because Cole Johnson is just swamped, and I totally get that.
This man is down the bowels of his laboratory, cooking up something
Way
diabolical and hilarious.
Hilariousness, this is. Here we go again, kids.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM. Now approve all this.
Round 2. Box.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
You see this look on my face, do you not?
Yes, I do.
Because this happened.
News story. The Lakers contacted the league office following the loss to Miami, sharing numerous clips showing what the team views as missed foul calls against LeBron James, sources told ESPN. Now, before we go any further, I submit to you guys a question. Do you guys still believe LeBron James is the toughest player in the history of the NBA?
May I answer that?
Please. Or better yet, can the bishop answer for you?
First of all, Michael.
Stop it. Get some help.
Kawhi. Steve.
What?
Again.
What?
Again.
What?
Red.
Bitch, please.
Dolomite.
Bitch, are you for real?
And finally, Bishop Bullwinkle. Finish this off.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
I thought so.
Now, I'm going to say something that I kind of said, no, that I hinted at yesterday.
Okay.
LeBron James, you a bitch.
Round 2, fight.
You are a straight up.
Hell no.
Wrong one. Wrong button.
I can recover this. And now a selection from the Wonder Bread Choir and tryout entitled "You Are Straight Up Trash." This is what I get for looking at the wrong monitor. LeBron James, you a bitch. Toughest player.
I didn't say it.
You fool! You fool! You fool! Thank you to whomever said that in the background. That's what I think as well. You fool! After he took yet another... of many minding my business, and then bam!
I mean, okay. Ask yourself this.
Look at the picture. Look at the picture. He's pointing. I know. He's laying the blame on somebody else besides himself because he jacked up 3 threes in the final 60 seconds that he had no business putting up with his team down by a point. A point! Idiot. He's an idiot. He's an absolute idiot. That's all I got to say. He's an idiot.
He's always that tattletale. He's always been that tattletale of whatever something happens, he's always pointing the fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And whining.
Else. And whining.
My favorite moment during
that he is.
My favorite moment during the Derrick Rose era, because yes, there was a Derrick Rose era.
Yes, there was
when they were playing Miami. And Derrick crosses both D Wade and LeBron to go in for, I believe it was a layup.
Mm-hmm.
Spoelstra calls a timeout. Wade is walking away, and all you see is LeBron sitting down, whining and crying like the bleep that he is.
Oh, you mean like the that he is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he cried because he got embarrassed.
But he's always been embarrassed.
No, he's always been embarrassing. But this time he got straight up embarrassed with a capital EMB.
Well, when has he not been embarrassed? When has LeBron James not been embarrassed? When has LeBron wait, when has LeBron James not been embarrassed by someone that's better than him, more skilled than him, has more nerve than him? Stephen Curry, hello.
It's also 2016, unfortunately.
Shut up. Are you gonna have me fill up another cuss jar? Quit.
No. No.
Quit that.
You almost did it. You almost did it.
I will use my wife's words. Quit that.
Quit that mess.
Yes. You
mess.
Fool. As you put it, that mess.
That mess. Again, did Jordan do this?
No.
Like, would Magic complain about missing fouls?
No. I mean, this is the same Magic Johnson who, in essence, through his own words, threw away Game 7 of the 84 NBA World Championship Series, came back, got even in 85 when the Lakers won in Boston to clinch the series.
Right. Would Larry Bird complain about missing foul calls?
No.
Or Isaiah Thomas?
No.
How about Dennis Rodman?
No.
David Robinson?
No.
Clyde Drexler?
No.
Kareem?
No. Especially
I got it.
Hell no.
How about Charles Barkley?
How about not?
Alonzo Mourning?
No.
Larry Johnson?
Try again.
Scottie Pippen? Man, I thought I was gonna get that one. Will Chamberlain? Grant Hill? Patrick Ewing? Sorry, Wise. Had to throw it in there. Sean Kemp? Man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of the legends that played the game of basketball would cry about missed foul calls. And trust me, there were some missed foul calls back in the day too.
Plenty.
The difference is the legends didn't care. They said, we're just going to keep going at it.
We're just going to keep playing basketball.
The fouls come when the fouls come. I mean, I don't understand this. Like, and this is why when I say that this league has gotten soft.
Very soft.
And people look at me like I've grown a second head.
You already know how they look at me because you were around when we first started talking about this mess. You already know how they look at me.
In the words of Ray the Clown, look at the screen, son. Look at the screen.
Ryan, you a fool.
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna put that up. Ryan, you a nut.
Another crime committed by the international Irish-Italiano supervillain Espresso McCoffee.
You stupid.
Tiger uppercut.
And this is from Ryan.
Tiger uppercut.
This time Ryan delivered a tiger uppercut.
He sure did. He absolutely just hit us in the face with that.
Tiger uppercut.
Always depend on McCarthy to take it. You know what? Give me this button. You get all.
Oh no.
Normally, I'm the one blamed for this happening. This time, it's McCarthy's fault that we went.
That is true. That is true. My gracious.
I can't even say my usual closing. I'm just gonna push this.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to. We're gonna try to recover. I can't see my usual closing. As for that picture we saw, get out my face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronzexual Confessions.
Third and final round. Go ahead, Victor.
This comedic uppercut and hilarious hook was brought to you by Sucker Punch Energy Drink. Packed with flavor and enough energy to get my coffee through a NY Jets season. Sucker Punch Energy Drink. He said it, so I didn't have to.
I know. Not energy drink. Round 3 after this.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. You kids from the block. New Edition.
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck. Matt Damon. Go yourself again. Jason Whitlock.
Ready to hang with some fellas who know football? Let's ride. LC Muscles 28.
I think they're the most overrated defense in the league.
Steel Sermon.
We did not trail for a single second.
Tiny Tim.
McCarthy is a bonehead.
A Pizzle 90.
I'm going with my boys. Fins up, baby.
Get ready for the Four Horsemen of Pickens. Every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on YouTube. Poppy J.
You got the option to cry for the government. You got the option to protest. You got the option to keep buying, but this is also an option.
Wise El Jefe.
We're the first tech geeks. We're the first gamers. We're the first everything. Everything. Like Gen X's, we are the ones.
BS3 Network proudly presents the crew from the New York boroughs who never wants that smoke. Nah, they want that fire. Poppy J and Wise El Jefe. Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
One more to go. And it's the stupidest one of all.
Oh, no.
It's you ever seen or heard something so damn stupid that you just y'all I've seen when Cole sent me this gem and the message behind it, this puts Cheesecake Factory woman to shame.
Oh my God, really?
I will explain in a moment.
In a world where partial greatness is celebrated and total greatness is shunned, there stands to be a figure on the lips of those who love him and those who hate him. The inane comparisons to Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant continue and has existed since 2003. There is no end in sight, for the battle between those who unconditionally love and unconditionally hate him wages on. These are their stories. Welcome to the Bronzexual Confessions.
When you think of the word perspective, you think knowledge, you think intellect, you think plain old sense.
Yeah, but we're talking about bronzexuals here, so those don't apply.
Now you wonder why I led with the statement that I did, that what I'm about to show you puts Cheesecake Factory woman to shame.
Oh boy.
Now, those of you who haven't seen the Cheesecake Factory woman, look her up, because I'm not going to tear into that here.
You don't want to.
Not the time, nor the place, nor the show to do so. I will provide a hint that it will happen on the Brian Snow Show coming real soon on a Thanksgiving special.
And if you can't wait, just check out Poppy Jane Wise. I saw that episode and I was on the floor laughing for 30 minutes.
Agreed. Now I'm going to warn you, Victor.
Okay.
Brace yourself.
Okay, here we go.
And to do it the right way, in the process of doing this show, thought I'd seen everything. And then, bam!
2 rings, 2 finals MVPs, 1 defensive player of the year, 1 regular season MVP, 4 all defensive first teams, 9 scoring titles, 3 steals titles, 2 slam dunk titles.
Mm-hmm.
The quote, perspective, man. The gap between the GOAT Michael Jordan and an all-time great LeBron James is a whole Hall of Fame career.
Now, here's why I said what I said.
Okay.
All-time great LeBron James. Give me this button. Give me this button, please. All-time great LeBron James. Red.
Bitch, please.
Say it again.
Bitch, please.
Kawhi. Teddy.
Euphoria.
All-time great. Since when?
All-time great. I don't remember this happening. Was I asleep?
Was I asleep? I've watched basketball since 1980. Matter of fact, I'm going to pull up. Y'all know the reason I got into sportscasting in the first place. His name is Jim Durham.
Uh-oh. History lesson?
Uh-huh.
Back down memory lane?
Oh, yeah. Living in memory lane. Just have to find the... There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to the words, and I know it's going to be extended. Listen to the words of My first announcing hero, the late, great Jim Durham and the late, great Johnny Red Kerr.
Here's McHale, right of the lane, 10 to shoot. McHale against Corzine. McHale on the move, wheels in. Jump pass out to Seasting, 20-footer, got it. Their same unit on the floor. Again, the Bulls with a chance to tie and 1:26 left to go in the second OT. John Paxson has it outside left against Seasting. Minute 19 left to go. Michael Jordan against Danny Ainge. Michael on the drive across the lane. Turnaround shot. Got it. 63 for Jordan. The game is tied at 131 with 1:10 left. A new NBA record has been set in the Boston Garden by an all-time great. I don't care if he's only played a year and change. He ranks right up there with the all-timers.
You know what's funny?
Let me repeat what Jim Durham said on that fateful day, April 20th, 1986. Quote, a new NBA record has been set in the Boston Garden by an all-time great. And then he coupled it with, I don't care if he's only played a year and change. He ranks right up there with the all-timers.
You know what's scary about that? Is that when you look at Michael, he was really thin.
Mm-hmm.
Not skinny, he was really thin. So to think that he can physically impose his will being that thin is a thing of terror.
6'6", 195 at the time.
Like you look at the guys now, they're bulky, they're big, they have to be in order to stay within the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he was that thin and still could just what do you do? What do you
Hale right of the lane, 10 Celtics. Their same Larry Bird with the ball to the right. Down low right, he plays to McHale against Corzine. Turnaround fadeaway jumper. Rimming no. Michael Jordan the rebound. Here they come again. The Bulls with a chance to tie and 1:26 left to go in the second OT. John Paxson has it outside left against Seasting. Minute 19 left to go. Michael Jordan against Danny Ainge. Michael on the drive across the lane. Turnaround shot. Got it. 63 for Jordan. The game is tied at 131 with 1:10 left. A new NBA record has been set in the Boston Garden by an all-time great. I don't care if he's only played a year and change. He ranks right up there with the all-timers.
When a Hall of Fame broadcaster, which Jim Durham was, which Johnny Kerr was,
right,
says, I don't care if he's only played a year and change, he ranks right up there with the all-timers, you kind of sort of tend to believe it.
Game recognized game.
As I throw this back up, LeBron's game ain't recognized. I can throw a whole lot more differences between the GOAT and a pauper.
Okay.
Between the GOAT and a wannabe.
Okay.
Between the GOAT and a player who, in my opinion, is just simply
trays.
There's so many more differences than what is just outlined here. So many more differences. Because 3 of those finals MVPs that LeBron has, he should not have. But I highlight one major difference.
Okay.
DPOY. What's that stand for?
Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm. Now, which one of these two actually won the award while playing outstanding defense and not having it be statistically his best defensive season?
Wait, say again?
Who won the award while playing great defense and it wasn't even his best statistical defensive season?
That'd be Jordan.
Thank you. Will LeBron ever win Defensive Player of the Year? No. Does LeBron even play defense? No.
No.
Does LeBron even know how to play defense? No. We were seeing that when he was at St. Vincent St. Mary. Duh. Here's your sign.
It's just the chase down block. Everyone's always going to go back to, well, the chase down block.
Who gives 2/5 of a half of a flying about a chase down block on an injured player? Because Andre Iguodala was injured. What happened the next year, LeBron? You got your ass kicked. What happened the year after that, LeBron? You got your ass kicked again. You suck. You a I said it, and I will say it again, very proudly. And here I go, building up the cuss jar funds.
Here you go again.
And I will gladly do it. LeBron James, you're an outstanding athlete. I will give you that. I will continue to give you that. We haven't seen anything like you. But basketball-wise, you a bitch. Why are you laughing hysterically?
just the fact that that's what he is known as.
Not LeBum, not LeTrash.
Nope. Not King Nothing.
Not King Nothing. Thank you, Victor, for that one. LeBron James, you are trash as a basketball player. You are straight up, flat out trash. You a bitch. Why are you laughing so hysterically whenever I do that?
Oh my God.
Why are you laughing so hysterically when I do that?
I don't have a button, so I can't say it. But it's still funny.
That's fair. That's fair.
But then again, you say it, so I don't have to.
That's fair. Now, a year and a half ago, not even a year and a half ago, a year ago, we at this show were challenged by a bronzexual.
Oh, God.
Let me pluralize that. By several bronzexuals who thought they could out-talk me, out-think me, out-debate me, out-rule us on our own program, and we kicked all their asses to the curb. Matter of fact, that debate that was supposed to happen just wound up being
very bowling shoe ugly.
Because in 5 minutes, I kicked his ass. Now, as I said, LeBron James, as far as basketball goes, you a bitch. You a punk.
You're a coward.
You a coward.
Oh, and by the way, LeBron, with all those accolades that they put up, you know what? Another thing that is a big difference maker. Michael has a slam dunk championship.
2 of them.
A slam dunk contest championship. 2 of them.
87 and 88. You know what Michael does that LeBron doesn't do? Trust his teammates.
That too. How many slam dunk contest wins does LBJ have?
None. N-U-N-N. None.
I thought so.
N-U-N-N-E. None. I know that's a purposely incorrect spelling. I know. Oh, here's an example of the greatest trusting his teammates. June 14th, 1993. Marv Albert, take it away.
Comes out of this possession. They want Michael to get a full head of steam, try to keep him in the middle of the floor. Well, Pippen got the snap. Here's Paxson for 3. Yes! The Bulls
probably wondering why I did that. I'm going to break this down even better than Jalen Rose breaking it down on Get Up, which sucks. I'm sorry. The show sucks. Mike Greenberg, just stick to doing radio, and this is nothing against you, Greenie. This is you realizing where you need to be, which is sports radio, and having the simulcast. Mike and Mike in the morning. Hello. Let me break this down for you. And I'm going to do this. Watch carefully. Now, first of all, Phoenix made the most critical mistake. They let Michael Jordan get the ball cleanly.
Yeah, no pressure.
None. You let Michael get the ball cleanly and have a chance to get a full head of steam, as the czar, the telestrator, Mike Fratello says.
Right.
Now he throws to Scotty. Scotty has a decision to make. Take on the double team that's coming from KJ and Barkley, or do the simplest thing and dive down the lane. Watch what happens. Barkley gambles. Scottie Pippen has a free lane to the hoop. So Scotty charges down the lane with only Mark West remaining. Then here's Horace with a free lane to the hoop. But as Jalen Rose broke it down so expertly, can't talk this morning, Horace turns down a good shot to get a great shot. And as Michael said in the post game, I knew Pax was going to make that. So, all you bronzexuals that think you know basketball, in 30 seconds, I just showed you why LeBron James is a bitch when it comes to basketball knowledge. Somebody's ringing.
Hold on.
I need to get that.
Please get that. Please.
Middle Mitchell Central, how may I help you? Oh, you still saying that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan? Lord have mercy.
Ladies and gentlemen, now coming to the ring, the man who lands hilarity hooks on jaws like barbecue sauce on ribs.
Thank you.
The man
he
who
weighed in this morning at Mind Your Own Business. The master of the comedic uppercut, the undefeated, undisputed, internet comedy champion of the world, the EP of all EPs, Iron Cole Johnson.
Oh, I'm so honored. And ladies and gentlemen, again, the epic man of the Snowman, the morning broadcast.
Thank you very much. How are you, Mr. Johnson?
Besides being swamped as you've been the first 3 days this week.
I think I've caught up, I believe. So I'm okay now.
Sure? Are you sure you're caught up on everything?
Yeah. Am I sure?
That's the question that comes to mind. When you have weeks like this, as long as I've known you, and you can't come on to the show, I already know the two reasons. You're swamped and you're beyond swamped.
Where did you find these gems today?
Wait a minute. Let me explain, Victor. I will answer this for him because it happens to me also. He did not find these gems. In 3 words, they found him.
Which of the 3 gems are stood out to you?
The first one.
Oh, the picture of Michael Jordan bowing down to LeBron when he's sitting on the throne
with an incorrectly spelled jersey.
Listen. Listen.
Was that from the I Promise school?
Wait.
Well, I know they had a problem with math. I did not know they had a problem with English. Oh my gosh.
Let me set this up the way only my master EP can. And he did this. And he did this on a week where we basically made fun of the Jets all week. Zach Wilson, hello.
Mm-hmm.
I was minding my own business. I was doing stuff here around the house. I was getting ready because my wife comes home today, making sure everything is ready for her because I know she's going to want to relax for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
And then, bam! Why are 3 letters missing in that jersey?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And why is the stripe
of
Michael
this
shorts in wine and gold?
Yeah, that's a good question. Those are two things that stood out.
Bulls logo.
Well, mm-hmm. Those were the
Bulls logo. Take a look at the logo, folks, on Michael Jordan's shorts. I want y'all to take a look at this. Take a look at the logo. That ain't even the Bulls logo. Take a look.
I love the fact.
It's in wine and gold, and it's a Cavaliers logo. What is the blasphemy in this? No, how do I often put it, Cole? What is wrong with this picture?
A lot. Mind you, we're 1 week removed. We're 1 week removed from LeBron saying the greatest of all time was Michael Jordan. So why is this blasphemy coming out now?
Yes.
We're 1 week removed when an old video surfaced that only Cole could find, or it found him, of LeBron saying Michael's the greatest 3 times over, which we know to LeBron is a lie. All you have to do is look at the shop, June 20th, 2016, and I don't have to explain any further of the date, the episode, and its premiere season, if you want to call it that.
Back from a 3-1 series deficit to win
with
the
a
championship.
stimulus package.
That should make me the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
look. You see the look on Cole's face is the look that LeBron had, the look of self-centered smugness. And with all that being said, Stephen A. said it best. He got a stimulus package the size of the state of Ohio and the volume of the state of Texas.
Well, here's the thing. Michael never allowed to go down 3-game deficit. Yes, exactly. It was never a 3-1 deficit.
In every series that Michael played, in every final series that Michael played in, he led.
Went to a game 7. And he led scoring.
He led. He not only led in scoring, his team led the series. Okay? They were 2-2 against the Blazers, won the next 2. Up 3-1 against the Lakers, closed that out. June 12th, 1991. Up 3-0 against the Sonics, won that in 6. Up 3-1 against the Suns, won that in 6. And I just showed you the game-winning play where he actually does something LeBron has never done. Trust his teammates. Find the lie.
But LeBron has had 107 triple doubles and his Anderson has only had 28.
Find the lie.
But you have to understand.
Find
but you have to understand though. You have to understand. Yo Kang has 107 triple doubles and his Anderson only has 28.
Who's got 6 titles and who only has 4? 3 of which he didn't earn. I rest my case. What's up,
Yo Kang has only been Yo Kang has been in the finals 10 times. His Anderson's only been in the finals 6.
Does that answer your listen? His airness has gone 6 times. Here's the difference: he's won them all.
He's won them all. Has not a lot of game 7,
and he was the Finals MVP all 6 times.
All 6 times.
All 6 times he was Finals MVP. So again, who are we comparing this to? I keep asking these questions. Why is this a comparison?
And then, I agree with you, sir. It should not
agree
be
with that.
But
unfortunately,
it is. Oh, I heard something. I think it was when Stephen A. Smith was on the Joe Budden podcast, and
Oh God.
Mr. Budden basically was saying that that Jordan didn't go up against the competition that LeBron went up against in the finals.
Give me this. And this. You.
I'll ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through this with
Halt.
Brian.
Halt.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Budden said what? Repeat that again.
Joe Budden. He said to Stephen A. Smith that the competition that LeBron James went up against in the finals, he basically and this is his words. He says that LeBron James, quote, went up against killers, close quote, as just opposed to Michael Jordan and the competition he went up against in the finals.
I don't need my glasses to push this button. This is Joe Budden's brain when he came up with that quote.
No, not the modem dial-up.
Joe Budden, the Mr. Irrelevant of the rap game, who got his teeth kicked in by Eminem to the point where he retired.
Mr. Irrelevant of the rap game. Wow.
He is.
Who got his teeth kicked in by Eminem, which basically ruined his career.
Blindfolded.
And now he's retired.
And Joe Budden has a podcast where supposedly people know what he's talking about. Man,
I'm the juggernaut, bitch.
I'll ask this question because I asked this question last time with Brian. Have you seen anybody else? Like, has Michael Jordan ever or the Bulls ever complained about missed foul calls?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
How about Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon? Did he ever complain about missed foul calls?
Nah, that wasn't his style.
How about
that never
Dikembe
was his style. That wasn't his style either.
How about Ralph Sampson?
Fair treatment, yes, but complain about fouls, no.
Mm-mm.
Fair treatment, yeah, that's fine.
How about Clyde Drexler's teammate Terry Porter? How about one of my favorite forwards who was more fundamentally sound than LeBron, Jerome Kersey? How about Kevin Johnson? How about
KJ.
Thomas Dwayne Chambers? How about Charles Barkley?
Now those who want to always say that Jordan had the penchant to complain and gripe and whimper too, they always go back to, and you would know, both of you would know this better than me since you actually lived in Chicago at the time. When the Bulls won a 3-0 against the Pistons in the 91 Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
91 Eastern Conference Finals. I think it was a quote. I'm not going to do a quote verbatim, but it was something to the effect of Jordan was like, well, we want to represent what's good in the league, and Detroit basically represents what's not so good in the league. And
that's verbatim.
And many,
I can tell you that's verbatim.
And many people I think erroneously point to that comment
right,
as to the NBA instituting flagrant fouls, and they would say, well, they instituted flagrant fouls so they could make it easier for Jordan to win championships. I'm like, no, the NBA instituted that because they for years wanted to clean the league up itself, and it was getting to the point where these hard fouls were getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And so
1975, Kermit Washington, any of that sound familiar?
77. Yeah.
77. Thank you. 1977. Any of that sound familiar, you fools?
You gotta remember, back in those days, basketball was like the NBA was basically a hop, skip, jump away from street ball.
Yeah.
The defense was still just as monstrous and tough.
Speaking of 77, the finals, that year's finals, you had Maurice Lucas and Darryl Dawkins getting in a fist fight almost at center court in Philly.
That's the spectrum.
And neither one of them were tossed out the game.
It was not the city of brotherly love, it was the city of brotherly hooks that day.
Oh, right hooks, left hooks, uppercuts. Oh yeah. I mean, when Maurice Lucas got together with anybody because he was at the height of his career with the Portland Trailblazers at the time.
Right.
Mm.
I mean, why are you surprised? I mean, and I love Maurice Lucas.
I do too.
I love how hard he played. But they needed to clean that up. Larry O'Brien, thank you.
Yeah.
For whom the trophy is named
after. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so yeah.
I have this for bronsexuals. Yo Kang sucks.
Oh yeah, hand checking was still a thing.
Complete
and even when the Flagrant Files was instituted, hand checking still was a thing.
Right.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now finally this word from Stupid University for all these bronsexuals.
So I realized that I think even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, Stupid University. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating. High honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Aminos, dominos, vamonos. Stupid University, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Explains every bronsexual we've come in contact with.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Now get the hell out of our faces, you stupid bitches.
In a world where logic and sense...
Said that wrong. Get the hell out of our face, you thirsty bitches.
In a world where logic and sense fly.
Did that wrong. Get the hell out of our faces, you thirsty, stupid bitches.
In a world where logic and sense flies completely out the window, while purple and yellow glasses are donned, rises a figure who encourages ridiculous, undying loyalty. Good Lord, I'm about to throw up. This has been yet another installment of The Bronsexual Confessions.
That's that. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
they are simply not big enough.
Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. The full James Harden rant that I did and a couple of extensions that go with it will be up later today on the YouTube page. We are out of here. We will see y'all tomorrow. God bless you.